Hello, my fellow soldiers. Let's soldier along with Supreme Commander Do. I am your fellow officer, Orange Grand. Let's move on to the second mission of the Cybran, shall we? Trouble with technology. Having successfully downloaded all of the research from the Proto-Brain Complex and survived Commander Gage's attacks on Seraphim 7, you have arrived at the first stop of your journey to Dr. Zoe Snyder's facility.
I have arrived on the Gate World. However, I am picking up some strange readings in the area.
I do not recall these strange structures from my previous stopovers on this planet. Someone or something has been doing some remodeling. When I first discovered this planet some decades ago, I had one of my associates construct a small base. I did not, however, instruct him to build any type of research facility. Yet my readings indicate that the primary structure in this area includes a server and an enormous data center. I would very much like to capture its server core.
Don't we have more pressing matters to attend to?
This is a funny mission. I love this mission because it's just it's funny. Time build cast.
My boy, do you not possess your father's sense of curiosity? His desire to peer into the unknown?
Father, my concerns...
Ivan, Shiva Prime will not disappear. Heaven knows the wayward Cybran Gage will be unable to glean anything from it beyond acknowledging that it is quite shiny. Let us explore.
New research options are available.
Executioner class. Boat. I'm just going to be focusing on basic defenses, no need for shields, and getting the megalith.
It appears the engineers are building an excessive quantity of defensive towers.
I believe there are a few bugs in the base's automated maintenance system.
Yeah, just building the anti-airs. Like crazy. Come on. Focusing on resources. But yeah, all I do is just engineers after engineers after engineers. I'm not going to build boats because last time I built boats, I sent them around here and they just swarmed and captured, converted ships and just sent them back at me. So, nope, I'm not bothering with that. They're all anti-airs, let's see. Get those done. I'll recycle those well.
I am detecting an increase in production at the factories. This is a splendid development.
I do not understand, Father.
The code is adapting, morphing, mutating.
Father, what is the story with Commander Gage?
He was a proto-Cybran like you, a proto-proto, if you will, whose parents volunteered him for the project. The initial changes I made to the Cybran symbiont program, his DNA, and to the alien Seraphim DNA produced a less than desirable result.
You tested on humans?
My child, without my quantum AI and the advanced computational power it provided, I can no longer run simulations like I could in the past.
Get that there. Holy, this mass. All these units.
My boy, you know how much I value research.
Yeah. Yeah, if I didn't... one sec. Sorry about that. Yeah, if I hadn't put up defences as quick as I could, the engineers would have captured a defence and it would have been shooting at my stuff. I've had that before. I've had an engineer captured, I've had a defence captured. There we go. Megalith. once I've got a few megaliths up and running, this is basically done. But yeah, it's funny because it's just cheesy. All these engineers after engineers just swarming in trying to capture your units and buildings. I'm gonna park one megalith down here, because I've had it, even though I didn't build any units, I've still had engineers come down here. Not many, just a couple, hoping to capture from behind. But park one megalith and it's safe. I'll capture that soon enough. There we go. One megalith down here. Yeah, that's still picking off these defences for the fun of it. There's some pretty good range on this megalith. The red ring is the range. I'm just going to park it there and it's going to pick everything up. trying to target that. The other megalith is now done. I'm going to move forwards, make a little line here. Research cache. The tactical missile launcher reached that. Yeah. Almost dead. There's another research cache there. Once I've got another 2 megaliths, I'm going to move forwards. Let's grab an intel. Look at all that. That's from intel this. Kicking everything off. Everything's just getting shredded. I need to capture that. I'm going to send 6 megaliths up, and then 3. You're just getting pounded on. Massacred.
Use your ACU or an engineer to capture the server core.
That's everything. On to capturing this now. That's all the enemy done. Take a moment to capture.
I have successfully retrieved the server core.
I greatly look forward to debugging its code in order to see what made the engineer's software go awry. In fact, I can't think of anything I'd rather do over the next 67 hours. Let us proceed through the jump gate to Dr. Snyder's facility.
Operation completed.
Yeah, like I said, I love that mission. It's funny as heck. Yeah, if you're not careful, the engineers will just capture your units and just units and buildings, and it can get messy. But if you hurry up, it just becomes a big laugh. Right then. I'll see you for the next mission. Bye bye, folks. Bye bye.